Alamitos Bay is a place where people come together to swim, paddle, sail, fish, or simply spend time by the water. But the bay we know today has a much bigger story beneath the surface. Alamitos Bay sits at the mouth of the San Gabriel River, where water from a massive watershed stretching across Southern California eventually meets the Pacific Ocean. Along the way, that watershed connects millions of people and countless communities to this small stretch of coastline. Over the past century, Alamitos Bay has been dramatically reshaped by human hands. What was once a landscape of sprawling coastline wetlands was dredged, developed, and transformed. Naples Island was created, waterways were carved, development continued to change how water moves through the bay, and power plants that altered the bay's circulation began popping up along the San Gabriel River. But through all of this change, life has adapted. Today, Alamitos Bay is a unique urban ecosystem where people, marine life, infrastructure, and the wildlife all existed side by side. This is a story about that connection and just how intertwined we are with the urban wildlife that surrounds us here in Long Beach, California.
The San Gabriel River has some power plants that are situated on the river itself, and they use a process called once-through cooling, which draws in water and is used to help the power plant run smoothly. And it also does add to warmer water in the river itself.
AES was brought to Long Beach as a private company. AES has once-through cooling pumps that would actually help cool their large facility. It was an unintended consequence that these once-through cooling pumps actually circulated Alamitos Bay. Over the past 5 years, they were not able to receive permits from the state, which allowed them to run the pumps because of the harm to fish. They were being caught in these pumps. So the state said, no more, you can't use these once-through cooling. Well, the city has depended on this once-through cooling, again, an unintended consequence of making sure that Alamitos Bay water was circulated. AES is now moving into battery storage. So they have one battery storage facility.
The initial community science program that we started with the sea turtles was started because of the power plants there. Their warm water does tend to gather some sea turtles in that presence. And we were there to observe what was happening because that once-through cooling is being phased out. It is something that they are working on a different system so that they're not using that seawater. And we wanted to track what the turtles do. Like what happens when that changes and that element of their environment changes. That is really exciting because that means that we are starting to rebuild these natural habitats that it's possible these sea turtles have enjoyed for time immemorial. And one of the first questions everybody asks is, how did they get there? To be perfectly honest, we don't know. The simple answer is they swam. They are genetically linked to the sea turtles that are nesting down in Michoacan. So they have traveled about 3,000 miles from their nesting beaches at least.
Alamitos Bay has been shaped by people for generations, and today it's clear that people across our community are working to understand, protect, and care for it. One of these groups is Algalita Marine Research and Education, whose roots began in marine research more than 30 years ago. Now they're coming full circle through Clean Bay Collective, a community-driven water quality testing program built around a simple idea: the more deeply we know about a place, the more deeply we care for it. A Across 25 locations around Alamitos Bay, community scientists returned week after week to the same stretch of water, testing turbidity, salinity, pH, nitrates, dissolved oxygen, and temperature. Over time, these measurements help tell a larger story about the health of the bay and how it is changing. Clean Bay Collective is rooted in the belief that community members are not bystanders to the environmental change, and we can be active participants in our understanding and caring for the places we call home, because Alamitos Bay is our story too.
I think one of the most magical things about working with the Sea Turtle Project, about snorkeling or scuba diving off our coast, about seeing great whites, or seeing bats or coyotes or mountain lions or any of the incredible urban wildlife that we have here in Los Angeles, is this reminder that we are connected to this bigger environment. We are connected to the ocean, we are connected to the mountains and the rivers and everything in between. And we have this opportunity to see this, to be here and be this close to a sea turtle, to be here and be this close to wildlife is absolutely magical.